track, now we going way up. Double use as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy.
Back for some bossy conversation. Hey. Come on, Hasana. Where you at? Waiting for my boss to come online so I can get some of this tea. Come on, sis. Come on. Hey.
You playing that funk, ain't you?
Hey, I'm bossy.
And you know this man.
What's up, sis?
Ain't nothing what's going on, girl, my fellow Aquarian. How you doing?
You see it?
Oh, that.
Yes. And I wore it just for you. I was like, let me put this on for my fellow Aquarian. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need that.
You did.
I need that.
So, sis, how are
I need
you?
that for something. I'm great. How you?
I am great. I'm great. Look, I'm all in the kitchen. I got my apron hanging because we talking about food. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm trying to be like all in the kitchen for you. You know, we cooking up some creations. So look, let's get to it. We on Boss Conversations, and I'm talking to the boss. You are a boss. So, boss, let's talk about your business. What's the name of your business and what areas are you serving?
Okay, the name of my business is Ha Sidity Flavors, and really all over Atlanta, Buckhead, Midtown, Decatur, where it's greater. You know, Rockstone, yeah, you know who will call me. I'm that pull-up chef, you know, so it is, you know, everywhere.
Okay. And what exactly is your business? What do you do?
Well, basically, I cater, meal prep, you know, cooking tutorials, hair. You know, kind of like these hands. I was gifted with these hands to do a lot of things. So, but right now, I'm just kind of just want to just do all, you know, do food. I'm kind of trying to wing off the hair, but yeah, just everything. Cooking.
Okay, so where did you learn how to cook?
Oh boy, girl. So, you know, just to not offend nobody, they just say really my family. You know, I grew up in a household where my mother and father had restaurants all over Jersey. So, you know, I've been cooking. And my father's mom, you know, my grandmother, she did a lot of cooking. And that's where I got like the the drive to want to do it. You know, just watching how she float in the kitchen, watching how she didn't measure anything, how, you know, the love that she put in food. You
And
know,
that
and
was
that's
going to
what,
be my
you know,
next
that's what I admire.
question. Where did you get the passion for cooking? So was it from your grandmother? Did she instill it in you?
Yeah, because see, when my parents had restaurants, I was a kid, you know, I was a baby. So it's like all I did was pass out utensils and stuff like that. But like with watching my grandmother, you know, I sat there and basically did everything with her, you know, cut the collard greens, tear them off the stem, you know, the cabbage, you know, everything. I just always admired what she did with cooking because, you know, I seen that it was like a breeze for her. You know, it wasn't like a food. She never used measuring cups. She always, you know, had a face, you know, a big smile. Like, you know, she just made me love to do it. Everybody came over. They always enjoyed eating the food. So I was like, yeah, you know what? That's my.
So good, good. You're leading right into the next question again. So, when did you know that this was your assignment, that this is something that you should take on as a business venture and take it to the next level? Because it's one thing to be cooking for your family and your friends and be the one that's always cooking certain things. But when you take
Yeah.
this out, and want to give it to the public and give it to other people and strangers, when did you know this was your assignment?
Honestly, the moment I got one of my clients where I know she cooked good is, and the way she was eating my food right then and there, I knew that this was something I should do. The impact that people say I have on them and how they love watching me cook, that I do it with just ease. That's when I knew it's something for me, because I literally enjoy doing it. When I'm upset or when I got a lot of stuff on my mind, I get in the kitchen, you know what I mean? And I create. So
So
that's when
would
I
you
knew
say
this was
cooking is
definitely
also your therapy?
is my therapy, definitely.
Okay, so it's your
Yeah.
passion and your therapy. So,
Yeah.
hey, you dig. So, when you decided, I'm going to take this on, I'm about to take this to another level, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want to do. I want to cook, I want to serve the people. What fears did you have to overcome to take this from just cooking for family and friends to I want to be a business? What fears did you have to overcome? Or did you have any?
And that's what I was about to say. I gotta tell you, I think I just was blessed. I'm really a natural with this. It's something that I've been doing for a long time. And you really wouldn't know because we really didn't hang that tight in school. But I definitely know a lot of people that went to Clarkson. They know they used to come over my house, and I was cooking then.
Mm,
So this is something that I think just grew on me because of my parents.
okay, okay. So you didn't
Yeah.
have fears, but did you have any
Mhm.
challenges starting this off? When you first started the business, were there any challenges that you had? Like, were there any parts of the process that you thought would have been a lot easier?
Definitely. One challenge that I could definitely say was learning how to price stuff correctly,
Okay.
learning inventory and product control, even learning how to deal with friends versus business, because some people don't even treat you like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody expects, deals and, just all kind of things. So that was really one of my challenges, because I do have this soft heart, to where I try to accommodate everybody need. And that's just one thing you really shouldn't do in business. You gotta stick to the script if you want to make it.
Okay. So with
Cover off
that
them
being
loose ends, you know what I'm saying?
off the loose ends. With that being said, knowing what you do know now, is there anything you would have done different? And when you answer this question, I want you to answer it while also thinking about giving advice to somebody who can cook, who's at home, thinking about they're scared because they want to start their own business or go into this venture. What would you have done? Sorry, what would you have done different when you started this process, your business,
Well,
if
it's definitely
anything?
gonna be yeah, it's definitely gonna be trial and error. And I can't really say that I would have did anything different. It's all been a learning experience for me. And it's just I could definitely say to a person that's trying to get on, don't have no fear. Go with your gut. Because that's one thing about you learning yourself and your purpose. If you go with your gut and it feel right, it'll be right. Fear
Mm,
hold a lot of us back. Some people, oh, how you go live? You're not scared and shy. I'm Hasana at the end of the day. That's all I know how to be. So I would just tell somebody to pray on it and put your feet on the gas.
mm,
Definitely pray and definitely the product control. I can't stress that enough. Sometimes we get in stuff and we just have the love, the passion for the food. We don't think about the business aspect, and you have to think about that. So that's one thing that I can say to do different. The inventory, that will break you. And if you just, get that down pat of, prices, go around to certain stores. That's one thing that I didn't do, but I would tell people or somebody that want to get on, always shop around and look at stuff before you do it. So you could get an idea of what price are and areas. This last couple of years since COVID, I have been making some bad decisions for this getting in business with people in areas. Some areas, your business might not do well in. So I would do all of that. I would go look around, see if this spot is okay, see how the flow of the traffic is, instead of just bungee jumping out there. Because me, I just jump out there. So if I could tell anybody, I'll say climb that ladder. Just like when we in school, we go elementary, we go middle, we go high school. You don't just try to jump to college. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. So that would be my advice to somebody. Take them steps. You got to crawl before you walk. So that's what I would say.
All right. So crawl before you step. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Other than that, you're gonna be tripping all over the place. But tripping is good. Let me just say that. Tripping is good because it builds you up. If you never went through nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's harder that way. See, I love everything how it's been happening because when I do get out there the way I want to be, at least I know the things to look out for. So, sometimes you just have to, take your losses because there's going to be losses with anything.
Right.
There's going to be losses. So as long as you know they're coming, you can deal with them a little bit better versus being shocked and surprised,
Yes, ma'am. So what about your priorities? How have your priorities changed since you started a business? Are there things you had to let go?
Girl. Yeah.
Habits or, I don't know.
Well, yeah, they definitely changed a lot. And what I could say, if you want to be successful at anything, you have to put the time in. And me trying to do everything. Here I do hair, I drive, lift, I cook food, being all over the place like that, it takes forever for your business to jump. You know what I mean? You have to put 100%. And so it definitely changed priorities because some stuff I knew I had to knock off. I could love everything, but when I'm cooking, it don't feel like work. It just feel like, second nature to me. So that's why I know that's where I want to be at, and that's what I'm doing. But it definitely changed, I definitely had a lot of things that I had to put to the side to really focus and be head on this business. And that's my goal for 2022, to make sure that I give this business majority of my time.
Cool. So what is unique about your food, about what you cook? And then you could.
Man, my name's Sidity. What you mean? What? How you gonna ask me that? What?
Know what's your favorite dish? Like, what's your specialty dish? What can you cook that people that they gonna be like, look, she didn't cook this. You know what I'm saying? You better get there on that day. This the lick. What's your favorite, your specialty dish? And what's so unique about your food? Why should I come taste your food? Let people know.
I guess the name speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Hasana Sidity. You know what I mean? That's number one. I get litty. I get busy. Okay. Take over your city.
You get litty, you get busy and take over the city. Okay.
But now, for real, let me just say this. I can definitely say a lot of people. Well, before I get to dessert, because a lot of people do, like and request my banana pudding. And actually, I got that from my father. I make mine different, but he definitely was the banana pudding man up in New Jersey. Everybody knew him for that. Okay. So I guess that's something that, like I said, I inherited that, I say. But people love my salmon pasta. I make salmon pasta. People definitely love my salmon and grits. And what I just started doing is these egg rolls that people, hitting that phone about,
okay. Like appetizer steak and take egg rolls.
Yeah, like an appetizer steak and a steak and cheese egg roll, and I just kind of did that on my own, just experimenting, because that's what I do, just experimenting. And I created this sauce called Sidity sauce, and yeah, people loving it now. So I guess I would definitely say that's a signature dish as well.
Okay, okay, okay. We got
And
the
for the
egg rolls
dessert,
with
it'll
the
be banana
spaghetti
pudding. So
sauce.
that's like a whole kind of lineup. So I guess for breakfast, people definitely dig my salmon and grits or my chicken and waffles. For a meal, definitely my salmon pasta, and appetizer, those steak and cheese egg rolls, and dessert would definitely be my banana pudding.
Okay, 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 okay. Where do you see your business in 5 years? Where you going with it?
Well, hopefully I could get me a storefront. That's what I'm working on now. I had a food truck probably about 10 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago in Jersey, and I actually loved that. And if Atlanta didn't have so many rules with the food truck, I would invest in getting one of those here. But I always wanted to pull up and close the gate. I want me a storefront. So that's what I'm working on, and I'll see myself doing that. Hopefully before 5 years, but I'd say about that time.
All right, cool. So we just got a few more questions. What advice
Okay.
would you give someone who wants to start their own business but is scared to take that leap?
Um, I don't like to deal with the fear thing. I mean, you just have to believe in God, and you have to trust your heart. You have to trust your gut. I don't play in the pool of fear, because with fear is no faith. And you have to have faith to develop, to grow. So, I would say pray on everything first and put the pedal to the metal. Like, go around, do your brainstorming, find out, what you like to do, what you good at in cooking. Talk to people that probably was cooking before, had a store before, in areas, like I say, areas, product control, inventory, those are the biggest things that you really should pay attention to when you're trying to get into this food business, because it'll cost you. And it's like, with food, it's not like a shirt where you could sell it next week. You spend your money on food, you got to get it out there that day. So if you're not a hustler and not a grinder and somebody that's passionate and love what they do, you'll give up really quickly, because
Mm,
it's going to be definitely stumbling blocks. You will give up quickly. So I would definitely say to do your homework and go for what you know. Your gut. One thing about our guts, don't lie to us.
right.
If you're ready to put it in the field of the sharks.
Right,
You
right,
know.
right.
And you can always come get at me, and I get you. I get you ready. I get you
Right,
ready.
right. Okay, okay. How do you define success? Thank you, Mr. Wayne. That's Shawana's father.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's Mr. Wayne.
Basketball stars. Okay, Mr. Wayne, you definitely raised you some kids. I know
Yeah,
both your kids.
right, right. So how do you
So
define success? And also, let me say what Lisa said here. Faith and fear cannot occupy the same space. Before we leave, what you last just said, and she right on point with it. You know what I'm saying? Right on point with it.
you
Yes,
see, you sound right. But you,
indeed. Faith and fear cannot occupy the
excuse me,
same
y'all, excuse
space.
me, I'm sorry.
Hallelujah.
No, but for real, no, you're right. I mean, it's not on the same scale. And a lot of times when you put it there, that fear going definitely outweigh that
Outweigh the
faith.
faith.
So
Yes.
get rid of the fear. Get rid of the fear. Just do your homework, study. That's just like when you're taking a test in school. If you know you study, you really waiting on the teacher like, hey, you ain't pass out that test. It's the same thing with this, and anything else that you're gonna be in your life. You have to let go of the fear if you want to go up. Period.
Right.
You gotta let it go. So, how I define success.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's so many ways. Some people get caught on a dollar amount of success, and I really don't. I think my success is, looking at people tell me or hearing people tell me how I impacted their life on learning how to cook, and how, some people overseas. I mean, overseas, I got an inbox one time, and I mean, it literally dropped me to my knees to hear a lady say she was laying in the bed and she, she was feeling depressed, and she wound up seeing one of my videos on Facebook. And I just couldn't even believe that, I had that impact on people. So to me, that was success. Having clients that I don't watch grow up, and still here. People who I know cook they behinds off, but request me. That's success.
Come on, big up
You
yourself.
know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. Good.
You know what I'm saying? I got that from my lady friend over here too. She helped me with this.
Hey, I
let's
love
keep
it.
this.
I love
let's
it.
keep
Okay?
this funky. 100.
Let's keep it 100. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what friends are for. You know what I'm
You
talking about?
dig?
2 more questions, okay?
Okay.
Next question. You just told me how you define success. Now I want to know, what do you think are the qualities of a successful entrepreneur?
Consistency. You have to stay consistent. That
No
will
doubt.
make and break you. That will make and break you. You have to stay consistent. Some people, they get people in their store, and if I come to your store the first day and you got a sandwich this big, when I come in next week, I still want to see it like this. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay consistent with what you do. A lot of us, we get caught up in the money, and that's why I'm so happy the way this has been leveling out for me, because when I first got my food truck, I was young. My kids was young. That was the first time I ever was seeing money like that. So I didn't know how to balance it out. Anything my kids asked for, we going to the store. I wasn't putting up. I wasn't, trying to save. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these are the things that you have to watch out for. You have to watch out for. And, sometimes we get so big-headed, we open at 8 o'clock. Now we want to open at 10 o'clock. You'll lose major business. You have to stay consistent. You have to love what you do, and you got to treat people how you want to be treated, period. Those are like the top 3 for me. You have to treat people how you want to be treated. You go into a store, you're going to want people's attention. You're going to want respect. You're going to want people to acknowledge you. And that's how I do for all my clients. You could call me. I don't care what time it is. If I'm not doing nothing, I'm pulling up. I try to be right there for everybody who need me at all times. And that's what makes you successful. You might not want to get out of bed, but if somebody just found out that they got to throw a party, or now they got to go somewhere, so they need their hair done real quick, I don't want to say, oh, I can't. I just try to be there for my clients. And that's why they've been here for years. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
Nah, but that's thank God. Let me put God first. I don't want to be so cocky because I'm really just playing, but it's real.
No, but you still need to be cocky, because
God.
we're having a conversation with a boss. So you still need to be cocky.
That's right. And I just want to
say, what I'm saying?
But no, I just want to put God first, because, he's the reason. He's the reason why I don't have fear. He's the reason why I get up every day. He's the reason why I love what I do. Woo, girl, don't try to get me emotional. Not with my last.
Start with them tears. You better not start with them tears, because I'm not crying.
Not with my last falling off. But no, for real. I can't thank God enough. Because I know years ago I was not like this. I wasn't in this space. You know what I mean? And I just love what I do. I love having these hands. I love that He instilled this strength in me, because I went through a lot. I sacrifice and I go through a lot. I go through major things, and people will never know it. I don't wear it on my face all the time. So I just gotta put God first. You put God first, you're gonna win. It might not be on your timing, but He's the best of timing. He's the best of planners, and sometimes you just gotta trust and believe that. So I don't do nothing without God no more. I don't do anything without Him. I put Him first in everything that I do.
As Lisa said, growth. That is growth, baby girl.
All right, Lisa.
Okay.
All right, Lisa.
Ain't she? And then Nikki just chimed in too. Nikki from CKT. Nick,
hey, what's going on, Nikki?
Yeah. Great interview, sis. I have one last question to ask you, and this is
throw it on, girl. Throw it on.
This is your spontaneous question. Do you have anything else to add? That's the question.
Yeah, I got something to add. What you ordering? No, I'm just.
Yes.
No, but for real. Nah,
What y'all ordering?
nah, but
What
no,
y'all want?
I don't have
You
nothing.
want
It's
the
been
egg
real.
rolls? You want the pasta? What you want? You want the banana pudding? What you want? What you want?
I'm
You
pulling up
want
to your
the
city.
salmon and
I'm
grits?
pulling
What
up to
you
your
want?
city. You could get anything. I mean, this is almost like Burger King. You can have it your way because I know how to do everything. I slay. I do not come to play. What's up?
Come on, sis. Come on, sis. So once again, I know some of y'all was not here in the beginning. This sister is hailing from Atlanta. That's where she's doing her business. She caters, she cooks, and so she caters for the Atlanta area. And tell them where they can find you on your socials, how they can follow you as well. You know, we didn't talk about something else. It was something else that's a boss move that we need to talk about, and that is that, or at least mention that you are also an author. You didn't have your own cookbook, your digital cookbook, and so sis, you got to put that hat on too. You are an author. You're an
Oh,
author. Somebody can go and search your book and look it up and find your book. You are an author, so put that boss hat on too. All them hats you wear because you a boss. Okay, don't play soft. God, dog, you acting like you don't even know that you a boss. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
that's what's
So
up.
as we go out, did you tell the people where they can find you? Tell them where they can find you.
Okay, so on Instagram, you can find me, Sidity Flavors. On YouTube, I have Getting Litty with Sidity. You can watch me cook some recipes on there. My cookbook is on Amazon.com, KDP, Cooking Up Creations Volume 1. And on Facebook, you can find me on Cooking Up Creations as well because I go live with a lot of things that I make. So, you know, if you need some help up in that kitchen, you can always look at my videos. You also can message me. I'm kind of always free, especially for advice. You need to know how to cook something for your man, your woman, your kids. You know what I'm saying? Call. Okay.
That's dope. That's dope, sis. Yeah, sis, she got a cookbook. Come on, she being all quiet over there. She got a
Yeah, it's
whole
called
cookbook.
Cooking Up Creations Volume 1. And this was like this cookbook, this meant a lot to me when I did it. And it don't have pictures and stuff like that in it, but I just really made this cookbook for beginners, you know, for people that's trying to experiment. And you know, when we growing up raising our families, I know everybody that ran into struggles and hard times financially. So this cookbook was like some of the first meals that I created living on my own and being married at the age of 19, you know, having my first child at 20. It's like, you know, you run into a lot of difficulties. So these meals that I put in this cookbook is 10 recipes, and it really meant a lot to me to do it because it was struggle meals. But guess what? They are banging.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, who don't need a banging struggle meal? Because I still like some of my old struggle meals. You kind of had like a little emotional connection sometimes with the struggle meals. I
Yeah.
was just telling somebody the other day how, as much as I know how bad oodles and noodles are, right? My brother who passed away, that was something that we used to always eat together. So he was my big brother. So I would come home from school, and if I'm hungry, he would make me noodles. Well, he would be like, he'd make them either with cheese, sometimes with hot dogs cut up in them, with hot sauce. You
Yeah,
know what
you
I'm
gotta do
saying?
what you
And
gotta do.
so my brother's been gone since I was 14. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how old I am now. I'm old. So he been gone for a long time. And every now and then I just like to eat a bowl of oodles and noodles. And it's just like a
You
connection.
think about them. That's
I
right.
think about my brother. I
That's
think
right.
about him.
That's
So,
right.
we have all these emotional ties to food. And it's good that you're able to, bond your emotional ties, your passion and business all together to birth this beautiful baby. I'm so proud of you, sis. I
That
didn't
man
even
up
mention
there.
this before we started the interview. I didn't mention that we went to high school together. We've been knowing each other for 20 plus years. And this is so dope to see you blossom, to see how far you've come. Keep going, shooting for the stars, sis. You're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for
you.
coming on and letting
Thank
me
you.
interview you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I know I can't wait to come back in a year and check back on you and do this again and see what you got brewing in.
Thank you so much. It's been real, you know, and much success to you as well. Much success to you as well. And
All
I
right,
love what
sis.
you're doing. This is
Thank
super dope.
you. Thank you, sis. I love you, and I'm definitely about to
You
check
know
in
we the
with
best
you.
Aquarius. You know we the best.
Yes.
On track,